Question 5. Anybody have a tool or software to see specific targeted interests and demographics of an ad? Now, there isn't something that we can get like full details on of a specific ad, but what you can see is by visiting that brand's page or visiting, when you click the 3 dots in the right corner, it says, why am I seeing this ad? It'll start actually laying out why you're seeing this ad, because you're a white male, 30 plus years old, in this demographic, and express that you've liked these pages before. That was what it would show for me if I clicked those 3 dots. So you could actually click to see the audiences and targeting around those specific ads when you go, why am I seeing this ad, whether it's on desktop or on your mobile device. But say you want to get your own audiences or you're trying to find your own way. The general way around this is stuff that our team uses, especially led by one of our lead buyers, her name is Nicole. So she goes, I still love using the Audience Insights tool, although yes, it has lost a lot of its juice like before, so I would definitely start there. And then she goes and uses as an interesting mix, which is something that I'll add a little bit of my flavor on at the back. So she uses Google keyword searches, so you can still log into the Google ad platform, type in a couple of keywords that are gonna rank, and you're gonna get those audiences that are most specific towards your brand or that product in which you're selling. Cool little way of doing it, leveraging another platform like Google, trying to take it over and see like what's happening over there on Facebook on the detailed audiences. Maybe they'll have it, maybe they won't. You're gonna have to try that yourself to find out. And then I would add in a tool like SEMrush, which is, yes, it is an organic keyword search tool, but you're gonna get some great information, especially the volume in which some brands are looking at this. I mean, it might be a nice way of getting some detailed audiences and plug it into the Facebook platform. It's something that I would always recommend. And then she goes, dig into a Wikipedia page of a popular brand in your industry or your brand or a competing brand. This way you can see a couple of like see also topics that kind of happen. It's a little bit of an interesting route that we've taken. And again, if you follow them on Instagram and you just click follow, it kind of gives some suggested pages around it. You might get a little bit more inspo around that as well. And lastly, what I would do is I would recommend looking into some Amazon reviews. So when you look at Amazon reviews and you actually look at some of these word clouds that people are using, you can start getting some of these clear ideas of like, oh wow, I'm selling a soccer ball, it might link indoor, or it might link like side by side, or it might link 5v5, or it might link some other unique approaches to this that give you a different perspective of like, might put you down a path that you would not have gone on unless you got a little bit of motivation. Question number 6. What about video ads for t-shirts, Nick? Well, videos aren't working nearly as high quality static images do for us. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have an example? Great question. We've worked in this space for a very long time. There's a lot of brands that I'll actually call out for you to kind of pay attention to because they have a really nice, what we like to call media mix. Their media mix is images, videos, carousels, GIFs that are kind of across the board. So we aren't super particular on one specific thing, but for a product like a t-shirt, where a lot of the value props or the reasons why someone would buy are pretty easy to kind of detail or at least highlight with text. Quality weight, quality length, like there's a lot of things that you can really clear out and don't need to have someone fully be told what's happening. So I see why some images might be doing better than some videos. But brands like Cuts, brands like Built Basics, brands like True Plastic Tees, all of these brands that you kind of are seeing, they have incredible types of quality and content. So I would look at those guys as examples. Question 7, do Facebook ads still work? My favorite question of all. So let me give a little bit of preface of where I'm coming from here. We've spent a good amount of money in a time where it's arguably the most difficult time that we've encountered in the digital marketing world, or at least say the most amount of changes in a single season, right? Because it's not a lifetime, it's not a moment, it's been a little bit longer than a moment. This is the season that we're currently in. Last year, the entire year, we spent 41 million. I think this year we might end around 32, 33, right? So it's gonna be somewhere within a 20% change. And yeah, some accounts are not on the page anymore, but a lot of the spend's still happening, okay? Now let me talk about some commonalities that we're seeing around why brands are potentially making this work more than others. This isn't something that I made up. This is something that I'm seeing around successful brands that are still spending, still acquiring customers, and still putting advertising dollars into a platform like Facebook. Here's some attributes that they have. The first of the common things I'm seeing is that they have a minimum of 2 advertising channels, Facebook included. A large amount of these had 3 channels that they were advertising on. Of these general channels, Facebook, Instagram, consider that into Facebook, I'm not gonna consider that by itself, and Google. More money has gone towards Google, search, display, including a little bit of YouTube. I'm not gonna talk about why everybody has to be on YouTube. I think it's very content heavy platform. There's a different beast around there. I think Tommy Towers would be probably the better person to listen to than myself. But a lot of the dollars that we're putting is a lot of Google, a lot of search, a lot of display, and a lot of conquesting, more so than we've had in Facebook, bar none this year specifically. The minimum AOV across the board that are making ads work more consistently is sitting at $72. The low end we see, $48. So it's still around that $50 range, high end around $100, $200, we're seeing those as well. But across the board, $72 is what people are needing to have as an AOV or an average order value to make Facebook ads work. Work meaning produce money and you're not losing money. Two more. The drive of at least 15% of revenue is coming from email and SMS marketing. Email meaning retention, building campaigns, flows, welcome back, etc. Flows and campaigns based on a little bit of SMS support, and a large rise in that. At least 15% of revenue. It's huge. That doesn't happen all the time. That's something that a lot of us neglect because we're so worried about Facebook or paid acquisition. The retention of this is so important. And lastly, a significant portion of their budget, at least 20%, has been spent on content creation. Whether that is on videos, images, UGC, user-generated content, CGC, customer-generated content, or just creating blog articles that are living and indexing on the Googles of the world. When you can't clearly understand or see what's happening in the platforms like we were before, and we weren't having to be so specific and methodical around the type of content that we were having to create, and now we got a lot more intentional because we couldn't waste money, it was really difficult to see, or we were very systematic and structured in which we were running our tests. That happened this year. That's how we should have always been doing it. But when the platform is easy to use, we're gonna get lazy and we're gonna leverage the tools in which we have at hand. So it is what it is. Facebook and advertising platforms are definitely still happening, especially as we come into 2022. We have a lot more tactics and talk that's gonna happen around this and how you can continue to grow your business. If you have any comments or questions are consistently coming at us, we got you, we're looking at it, we're ready for it. And I'm looking to talk to you guys more on the next video. We'll see you.
Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this Foundr.